Hello everyone. Today we have another Tibetan video, the Tibetan lesson. Today's lesson we'll be talking about first we'll be talking about the interrogative particles. In Tibetan there are particles that go at the end of the sentence when asking a question. Depending on the letter it ends with, it's going to change. So we're going to talk about that first. So we're going to do the interrogative particles and the genitive. Okay. So first of all, we know. Okay. Let's note this rule here. Nga, ga. Okay. The rule here is whenever you have a word ending in it. Okay. A word that ends with nga, and you're asking a question, it's gonna be ngay. Ngay. I have some examples down here I'll show you in a minute. If it ends with a ga, it's gonna be gay. Gay. In other cases, if it's any other case, it's gonna be pay. So before you tack on the interrogative, the question there, make sure you pay attention. Make sure you pay attention to the ending of the word preceded, because that's where you want to know where to. That's going to tell you what letter to use in this question here. Okay, so for the examples, first example. Excuse me. I think I'm catching a cold here. So this first example, hako songe, hako songe, hako songe, hako songe. So that means, do you that's this question that someone asks you, do you understand, or have you understood? And if you notice, song here at the end of song before this interrogative, it ends with an nga. So that's why we took the ngay. Okay? That's why we took ngay, because it ends with the nga. Next example. Te take. Te take. So we know this demonstrative here, te is that over there near you. Okay? And dak. This here, dak, it's another way of saying I, but it's classical Tibetan. In classical Tibetan, they say dak. And I'll put it up here for you, dak. So you have your prefix ba, o, da, ga, dak. Dak. That means I. That's the classical way of saying it. So, te dake, is that me? So perhaps there's a picture and you ask them, oh, is that me? Or something like that. So te dake, and as you notice, what do it ends with? It ends with God. Okay, ends with God. So what does that mean? You're going to say gay. So te dake. So that's pretty simple. It's so imperative to pay attention to the ending. Okay, it's so imperative to pay attention to the ending word, because that's going to tell you which interrogative you're going to use. Okay. So te dake. All right. So the next example. The next example. We have any other case. So any other case, that means if the word doesn't end with the nga or ga, it's going to be pay. So here we have nga, gay, and then we have ga, gay. Okay. Now if it ends with any other letter other than nga or ga, it's going to be pay. Okay. In our example here, our example is kierang kusu kusu depo inpe kieran kusu depo inpe kieran kusu depo inpe. So that means are you well? Is your body well? It's like an idiomatic way of asking someone how they're doing. Okay. So kieran kusu depo inpe, and as you can see, in it ends with a na. And so what does that mean? It takes pay because it doesn't end with nga or ga. So that rule is important to know because there will be a lot of changes in the spelling and written. Okay, and I wrote hakosom here. That means understand. Hakosom. Hakosom. All right. So that's it. That's the rule for the interrogative particles. So it's important to pay attention to the ending word. Okay, because that's going to tell you which interrogative you're going to use. So be careful. At first, you definitely have to take your time to get used to it and get fluent. When you don't have to think, and it becomes natural. So definitely pay attention to the endings, the ending letters. All right, and that pretty much is going to wrap up this part for the interrogatives. All right, and the next video will be genitives. We're going to do genitives in the next video. So that's it for this video, and thanks for watching the video. And if you guys, as usual, if you guys have any questions, just send me a message and I'll be glad to answer those questions. Now, if it's a answer I feel will be very long, I'll probably make a video response because that seems to be a bit more convenient for me instead of writing very long messages. Okay, and perhaps other people will have the same questions, so it will help them when they watch the video. So if you have any questions about any of these, just send me a message and I'll get back to you as soon as possible. Thanks for viewing the video.